Oh, here we go, right off the bat. All right, let's see how things go. So, all right, initialization box went away. Everyone is loading in, and let's go right to the brief. So, Dream, you want to cover brief?
Yep.
Go ahead.
Oh, it's okay. No, I'll use it for the second round. I was going to try voice, but I haven't tested it enough. I'll just do the movie voice. Arcor, tight squeeze. It has been months since the start of the so-called inevitable war, and casualties are mounting up on both sides. On the Greek island of Altis, Russian forces, OPFOR, have seized control of the Agilashore Gap, a low-lying pass that contains a vital supply route to and from the port city of Kavala. With the route blockaded and mission supplies unable to pass through the port, NATO's ability to defend itself on both Altis and the rest of the Asian islands is severely compromised. A platoon of U.S. Marines stationed on the island have been tasked, Bluefor have been tasked with taking back the pass and eliminating the enemy forces entrenched there. They must not fail.
All right, game mode is sequential. Actually, no. Wait, yes, they are sequential. All right, so sequential sectors, which means they have to be taken in a specific order. Sector 1, then 2, then 3. You can see that the first sector is highlighted red, but the second and third one are highlighted black, which means they cannot be taken until the subsequent sectors have been taken. Otherwise, this means this is going to be a longer match because the objectives have to be hit one at a time, and hopefully the focus will stay on those objectives one at a time, because usually when they're not, the attacking faction usually falls flat on their face. Otherwise...
Damn, Barb got a nice voice.
That's not Barb, Tiger, that's Dream. I stream with Dream for the EU branch, and Barb is with the NA branch. It's okay, Dream. You're now Barb. How do you feel?
I feel bad. Do I get his followers?
Anyway, render distance is going to be 650 meters. Build points are up to 150 instead of 125. Again, they can build anywhere in the red area here, so they can fortify the hell out of Sector 3. Nope, and 1 and 2. I assume they have teleporter poles over there as well because they're red zones. We already see someone up at Sector 1. So they can start right on the sectors too. Interesting. No NVGs, no magnified optics. Matte settings. It's going to be even on both sides, for their AT guns, getting 2 AT rockets and 1 AG rocket across the board. Blue 4 uniforms are going to be the Marine Woodland camouflage here. Weaponry-wise, M16 A4s and M4A1s for Blue 4, basically M4 platforms. Glock 17 for the secondary, 249s, 240 Golfs for the machine gunners, M136, which is just an AT4 for the light anti-tank. Medium anti-tank we saw is going to be a Maz. Sniper gets the M2010 for the X-ray group, and then suppressed shooters in X-ray get a choice of a Mark 14 or a SOCOM 16, both 20 round 7.62 by 54 NATO battle rifles. And then crew and aviation get either an MP7 or an M4A1. Crew served weapons, Alpha is going to get hold of a mortar. Looks like they have access to HE and smoke rounds. You have to just memorize what the little icons there look like, and that is HE and smoke. Flare has a different little, if you notice the smoke one has a little bit of a white pixelation on the bottom. Specifically on the left, a flare mortar has something similar to that, but it's on the different side. Plus, you know, flare mortars in a day op would probably not work well. And they have access to 3 M2 Humvees. The roster only said 2. I'm not going to go and change it, but 800 rounds per. It's up armored, but they still are exposed on them. So that is quite nice. Also, the marksman rifle is going to be a Mark 11, 20 round, 7.62 by 54 as well. We just don't see it in this roster. You're only able to see it in the uniform if it's done this way. So, Op 4, the modern Spectre camouflage, separatist forces. So not directly Russian, but mostly Russian geared. So I'm going to skip down here to the DM, which is going to be an SVD. All right. Loadouts otherwise are going to be AK-74s and AKS-74Us, MP-443 Garage for the secondary. Support gunners get an RPK or a PKP. It's going to be the RPG-26 single-shot disposable AT weapon for the light anti-tank. Sniper gets the T-5000 and X-ray. Suppressed shooters get the choice of either the 45-round AKS-74N, which I've heard from people recently is actually also a piece of shit. It has very little stopping power, so you have to really go for the head with this gun. Otherwise, you just can't get the kills. Or the AS Val, which is 20 round 9x39.
AS Val is... I don't know.
We've seen the AS Val.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
We've seen the AS Val kill about 15 people and just not stop missing. But then I've used the AS Val and I've seen the AS Val. I've lived best of both worlds. At one point, the AS Val will tear down anything that you come against. But then, on the other hand, it is the worst gun I have ever used in Arma.
I've seen someone with an AS Val kill an entire squad. I've also seen 2 people with AS Vals get murdered by 1 dude with an M4.
Obviously, it's probably you have to take in player skill.
Hit or miss. Yeah, definitely. But it's weird to see that caveat in both sides of it. And it's like, well, you know, we'll see what they choose. I'd always go for the 45 round AKS and go for headshots, but from what I've heard in terms of hitting people in center mass chest areas, it sucks. But anyway, crew and aviation get the PV-2000 submachine gun or an AKS. Nothing on crew serve weapons for them. Assets, they have 3 standing cords with only 250 rounds total between 5 boxes of 50, which, I don't know. They're going to have to really save that ammo for taking out the Humvees, in my opinion, but we'll see what they also go for. But other than that, that is going to be it for the breakdowns of units. You want me to do rosters, and then you can do AO stream?
Yay.
All right, so let's go ahead and start with our defenders. Despacito is going to be commanding platoon with Sayak as his 2IC. I don't know if he is called Despacito. We know he's Despo. I just like to make fun of it. But Despo will be commanding up 4. He's a pretty good commander in his own right. Decent win-loss ratio. He knows what he's doing. We'll see who he is going to be up against, which I just saw a brief instance of Blue 4's roster, and I'm already scared for him. But I'll get to that in a second. Galil going to be commanding X-Ray. Ace going to be the medic. Lolo taking the sniper rifle. That's a classic choice we see. Reaper being the 2IC, and then Soul going for the AKS, and Korvac also going for the AKS. Not surprised there. Shy leading Alpha HQ, Mountain leading Alpha 1 with Mutant, Revenge, Carry, Olaf, Seismo, and Spiky RP. Arcor leading Alpha 2. He's got Falcon under him with the AT weapon. Is that going to be medium anti-tank or nope, just the light tube, which he is now jumping around. But otherwise, Fred, Rovin, Patriot, Wheaton, and Aim at the Stars here. We've got Theki, which is the Killin, but you know the name gets cut off, so I claim he's Greek. He is leading Bravo HQ. Malin here, different than the Malin on I guess Malone. Should I say that like that? Malon under Bravo 1 Op 4 Malone.
Oh my God,
from 1RCC.
It's the French Marlin.
It's the French Malin. I love it. Leading Skip, K, Pepit, and Micah, but his name's cut off, so I'm just going to call him M. Oddball leading Charlie. Charlie 1 be led by K9 with Fetty, Lucas, Olive, Sven, and Marius under him. Delta HQ, so there's no Charlie 2. Interesting. Delta has merged Delta 1 with Delta HQ, so it's DJ Ven leading. Kubas, I believe, is Delta 1's lead, but Emzakov is here with Gimboju, Raz, and Omri. And then Delta 2 is by Andri with CH, Butcher, and Warkus all together. All right, going over to Blue 4. I was a little worried about Blue 4's side because I already saw some names, but Tender Boehner is leading another, I would say, someone we see command time and time again, similar to Despo's experience. So 2 commanders with similar skill levels. We'll see what they're capable of handling here. Tilster taking 2IC there. Vagrant as the platoon medic. Ash leading X-Ray. Banks as the medic, I'd assume. Okay, so Tackleberry's the 2IC. Gazag is going to take the sniper. Omega taking a Mark 14 suppressed, and so is Levy. Norris leading Alpha HQ. He's going to have Bates and Schult be one of the vehicle crews. No, they're going to be the mortar gunner. Mortar team, so Bates and Schult with that. I'm not sure how well they'll do. The only person I've seen competently use a mortar in FNF is Stark, but we'll see if Fred's also done it too.
Yeah, Fred has done
to
really
less
well,
frequency.
If you remember when he oh God, I think it was World War II or Vietnam on the 2. He just fired it so far away. It was so funny.
Again, hit or miss, but he also sometimes is able to handle that though. Shut up. Iqbal leading Alpha 1 with Circles, Rancor, and Sholand with him. Skipu leading Alpha 2 with Settler, Kratz, Kuwait, and Val. Some of these names we saw on OFCRA yesterday, technically this morning when I streamed it, but otherwise, now this is where it gets funny. Charlie HQ, Azariah with Scandi Recon. Charlie 1 being led by non-French Malin with Yanni, Perton, Flying Fin, Nimia, Barbarian, and Mirror under him. Barbarian playing on the ground today. Probably will be seen streaming with me commentator-wise for the NA branch, but I digress. Naps leading Cullis, Pixie, Cindy, Yvonne, Dobbs, and Goran. No nemesis. Okay. Delta One being led by Staten Bay with Fons dead. Schneider. No, yeah, Schneider. It's just the R's cut off. Freeman, Burt, and Pierce, who I think is the Delta. No, so if he's on the bottom, this means he's Delta Actual, as in Delta HQ, but they joined under Delta One, so it puts the team lead up. But Pierce is leading Delta. Okay, and then Sanchez leading Lepi, Azuki, and Otovisky. Now, even more to this. Bravo HQ has King, Flux, Guy Fury, Legal Action, Bayant, Novix, Michael, and Maz. And Bravo 2 has Roster, who will join up on them. So
Roster will alone.
I'm gonna be honest here. This AO, which Dream will get into the specifics, but Scandi, Recon, and Pepega together doesn't always guarantee a victory, but both of them attacking in an AO that isn't completely open. This part of Altis, there's a lot of roaming hills. There's also a lot of flatlands too, which they could be caught out of position of, but I'm leaning towards Blue 4 here with that Scandi Pepega combo, considering these AOs, but let's consider them. Dream, how do the AOs look?
So, here we have Sector 1.
Okay.
Sector 1, I'm not going to bother. I can't be asked. Sector 1 is a,
You're there
is
in
along
spirit
the
now.
MSR. I think, yep, they are all along the MSR, so you're going to have that sort of thing to it. Whether they follow the road or not, we'll have to see. They do they do have a lot of open ground between each sector, bar Sector 3. As in, like available space to move within the yellow line.
Divided that.
But anyway, Sector 1 is half constructed. Yeah, basically a garage, factory site, dump site, maybe. Something along those lines. Things where you store stuff. That you've got the petrol station on one side or the gas station for the cringe people. There's not a lot of cover. And where you do have cover, you don't have a lot of angles to see people. It's not great. The construction sites and maybe the houses to the further southwest are the really only good points, and then another one to the north. I wouldn't even say it's very good for a recon because, you know, they obviously have to come to it first, and you really can't actually see them. You'd have to push further northwest where they probably will end up seeing you. So Sector 1 right now is probably, for me, the worst sector. So I'm going to have to look at Sector 2 and 3.
I'm going to play a little bit of devil's advocate here. Sector 1, you're right. It does offer very limited lines, but you got to remember Op4 has an 150 fortified defense budget. Plus, just outside of the sector to the north, you have a really good construction building with multiple windows facing west. And considering the map, there is a very small window to the north and south where Blue 4 can outflank you. So you really only have to worry about the direct north to the direct south.
I agree with you on that. The construction sites, again, are just the best points because of how much open space and how much cover they also provide. But Blue 4 are going to see those, and I think they'll target them because I think every Arma player knows that the construction buildings are some of the best places to take up cover. I don't think Red 4 are going to get as much leeway, and also I doubt they're going to use any of their... little, if any, of their construction budget on Sector 1. They'll use it on Sector 2 and Sector 3 because those are the two more important ones.
Last thing I'll quickly say, just to get, because we only have 2 minutes left, I think an explosive trap is a good thing to do here with at least one player, you know, the explosive specialist in there. But usually we don't.
In there, really.
Yeah, just wait for it. But then again, if you want to really bait out Blue 4 to come in and start doing CQC, you need someone in the sector to prevent Blue 4 from capturing it to basically just do a suicide play. But we never see that in FNF. Well, no, we once in a while do. When we do, it's really fun. But Sector 2.
A quick detour. I think the construction site in between Sector 1 and 2 is really nice. It's, again, I don't know if this one you were talking about before, but it's really just nicely placed. Lots of views. And you will actually be able to see Blue 4 make their advance. But anyway, moving on to Sector 2 because we don't have very long. Sector 2 is a much wider town. It's got some residential areas, some factory buildings again, a petrol station again, much better. And you can already see they're throwing more troops on here. Probably maybe the same amount as Sector 3. It's a lot more defendable. There's a lot more places to hide.
They climbed down this and then climbed down that. Now
Fred's already on the roof, which is a terrible idea, but you know, those buildings are great for hiding in. Yeah, lots of Blue 4 don't really have the best advance. They have one sort of dip in the ground that kind of goes on for a while, but a well-placed GL and or nade
to break windows.
Ruin them.
That's neat.
If they're coming down the road or from the north, from Sector 1 or from that direction, it's still good because you have that the construction site bridging both. And let's quickly run through Sector 3 as a final. Their spawn area
this is going to be a really hard AO.
The most dense area of all of them. It's more of the same. They've got lots of buildings, so I've got construction sites, factories. They've built up this place primarily. They've got a nice bunker arrangement on the southeast, which no one is manning at the moment, which we see a lot of. They waste their
I think they also are intending for some of Sector 2 to pull back and take those fortifications, but this is going to be a very tough AO for...
I'd say Sector 2 would probably be the strongest. Depends on how Sector 3 holds. All of these sectors, bar 1, depends on how other sectors hold and how good they are.
Yeah, so we have only a 650-meter render distance. I would say the top group right now that's going to perform well is probably going to be Pepega, because their mid-range combat with iron sights and ×1 magnifying scopes, which would be the standard in this round, is second to none here. Scandi, they have good marksmanship too, but Scandi really excel on tactics and flanking, but they have to get close to the enemy for that. And there is not a lot of maneuvering room to get that done.
So looking at this, Bravo have moved up to the stadium, which if they stay there, I think that's a pretty good idea. They have a crossfire for anyone moving over to Sector 2. Looking at Lolo here, because I'm assuredly Lolo is the sniper, because he always is on the first round. They're going to move up the hill and probably hug the side as best they can. And they will see, the larger side. Well, not the larger side. They will see a force splitting off.
What scares me, though, is I don't know where their vehicle is that they got up here with, because if they're not careful, an M2 Humvee could literally run their position down, and then they're going to concede that sniper to Blue 4. And this is a very sniper-favorited environment with the limited render distance and everything. So we'll see.
I saw them sort of start moving just to their southeast next to these couple of buildings, but they might have parked in a bush somewhere.
Has it, Nem?
I don't know. I don't see it. So they maybe they hit it well. Who knows? Lolo's entering the building while Reapers has gone on top. Reapers, are there? No, there isn't any. Oh, no, there is.
Op4 had to have sprinted from it from Sector 2 because they didn't have any vehicles. So,
which I think is a smart idea, not taking vehicles.
Yeah, but I think that's done because the AO is so small. But again, I think they're going to get run down eventually.
Oh, yeah, but it also helps the AO small, because if Red 4 can hold them, then Lolo and Reapers have more chance to move up behind them and start taking names. But it all just depends on how fast their maneuverability is, and I think Lolo's a pretty fast maneuverer.
Yeah, he's got a really interesting position here, though, but at the same time, it's very limited to that hill. Like, again, that he's not giving himself a lot of room to maneuver, because as soon as he tries to run, he's going to get shot in the back. So Op4 is going to concede the sniper very early here. Now, I do like Blue 4's formations, though. We see a majority of them going to Sector 1, with a large force to the north and a flanking force on the left flank of Sector 1, and then another maneuvering force starting to sweep the western side of the map to set up an overwatch point for Sector 2. So even though the AO is very limited for Blue 4...
Reapers is about to get overrun. If they check this building, Reapers fucked, and then by association.
That's what I was talking about. Yeah. But Blue 4, they also have the mortar.
Will they search is the question, because they've got Platoon HQ with them. So maybe they'll just decide to move past it. Reapers could take out a few of them here, if he just stays still and stays in the corner.
Reaper's TSB, he's not going to let this go through stealthy. And Blue 4's converging on that building. He's screwed.
Oh, no, they're not focusing on the inside. They're focusing on the outside. So he might be okay. I don't think they're going to search this.
Oh my God. All Reapers has
to do is just stay completely still and not say a word or move.
This is brilliant. Lolo might be able to get some pickoffs here.
No, Lolo shouldn't. I wouldn't. If I was Lolo and
He'd have a perfect shot on Schneider, though. He could make these Blue 4 guys freak out, and then Reaper can come in close and sweep. Stottenbay put his head into the window, but Reaper's is literally right below it. Oh. There's Sector 1 being captured because it was undefended. Got a few Overwatch guys south of Sector 1.
If they all move past it, Lolo could look good. You know, they're all outside the front door. Oh, Stauffenberg.
He wants to.
Is his squad going to say they can? That's a Huntai.
There they go.
Stauffenberg moves in.
You never want to be prone in a building because then you're just going to get taken out like that.
A lot of people talk about being, like, you know, go prone. They think about going prone the door. No, your head is
yeah, your head becomes the front of you, and if you get shot in the head, you're dead instantly. You want to be crouched.
To the side. It's crouched to the side of the door.
Mm-hmm.
Alternatively, pop a frag and then just run at them as soon as they open the door. Like, cook it and then run at them.
So you have some long-range GLs firing here. Lolo's getting shot in the back because, again, running in a really bad position.
He's going to have to get that boom to his back.
They didn't hear him. I think they just wanted to clear the building because otherwise everyone would have been guns up in that position. So they were just, they just decided to breach that building.
Does anyone know what range the mortar squad has?
I think they'd have, from that position, at least a range on sectors 1 and 2, maybe on 3, but I think by the time they're assaulting 3, they're going to move closer. Rest of X-Ray has a good position on the 2 other Humvees, but they don't have AT to deal with them. Got some more fire going on the Lolo as he stays prone behind this rock wall here. I don't really get why we're seeing X-Ray getting sent ahead on Sector 2 to, I don't know, set up, I guess, staging points to stop the advance of Blue 4, because that makes no sense, in my opinion. This AO is going to be done within the 50-minute timestamp, whether Op4 sets up a brilliant defense or not, because if it's not, then the only way that can be turned around is if Op4 somehow just causes a massive amount of damage on Blue 4. Speaking of, I think Blue is, yeah, we're seeing Autovisky and Lcpl fire up at Blue 4 forces. Mortars are coming in.
Lolo just nailed the M2 gunner in Platoon's Vic.
Nice. Yeah, and he just nailed it. He just nailed both of Blue 4 command.
What? That second shot.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. I caught that.
That was amazing.
He might have actually just done like something huge there, taking out that platoon HQ that quickly, especially on
could turn things around. Now you're having the other half of X-Ray for Op4 fighting with Blue 4, just completely charging their position. This is Scandi Recon aggression we're seeing at this point. Medic's working on the wounded guy instead of watching the door. Barb's gonna come up. Oh, he's holding. And Barb gets blown away.
We'll see him in here in a second.
There goes Soul. Actually, no, it was the medic working on Soul. I mean, if Barb didn't stop at that stairwell and pushed up, Soul wasn't looking up. Oh god, the Soul woke back up. And then gets immediately blasted, realizing that he has literally a squad of hostiles on him. Good god.
And not just a squad of hostiles, a squad of Scandi Recon hostiles, or some Scandi Recon hostiles. Maz and Korvac playing Ring Around the Rock right now.
Yeah, Maz is going to win that. Korvac trying to crawl away, but Maz isn't going to let him. Again, when you are being pushed aggressively like that, you have to get up and move aggressively, otherwise you are going to get run down. Now you just have Galil right here, but again, I don't see why X-Ray was sent on the front line as a slowdown force, because this AO is too small for that to happen. Lolo has a 3rd kill, by the way.
He only... Oh, yeah. Oh, wow, actually. Yeah, no. I honestly think X-Ray were a recon squad that were accidentally caught in the front line.
But Again, when you have this narrow of an AO, there's no good place to do recon, in my opinion. You're going to get run up on.
No one's that smart. Everyone.
Khalil gets blown up by grenades. And Cindy is going to do a single double tap and then follow up with some more shots. So
I think Settler must have been the other one Lolo killed unless they've left. Because
yeah, but Settler's in the other AO on the right, so I doubt Lolo was looking that way, so I think the third kill left. But I'd love to see Lolo set up in another spot to get some more sniper kills here. Because again, this map really favors that sniper rifle.
Oh, yeah,
but it's good that Op4 didn't concede it. Now, I guess in the open area to stop the Delta push around on the northern side would be good, but the main fight's going to be all these other groups to the right. Speaking of, now you're having forces from the Sector 2 defense firing at Delta, so that's going to pin them.
Do you know what I think's happened?
What?
I think Command and Platoon were the Mortar Squad's spotters.
They could have been, yeah, because now if they don't have spotters, they're not going to have anything. Actually, I disagree with you. Well, no, you might have been right, because the mortars, they were landing about 300, 400 meters northwest of where most of Blue 4 is right now, on the southern side, so they were completely misranged, but we'll see how they adapt.
I have no clue how we've made all that.
Papega's pushing up. They just lost a man to Mutant, who was able to get a kill in the RPK on the second story window, but with Papega leading the spearhead, Scandy's going to flank around on the far right side. Now it's just up to the defenders here to hold, and we do have Falcon. All right, Falcon, I'm hyping you up, buddy. Don't let me streamer curse you now.
Oh, no. Where's Falcon?
He's at the Sector 2 defense garrison under Alpha 2.
Sitting in the building, which is kind of a surprise from Falcon, but I guess he doesn't really have a choice in this situation.
Yeah. Lolo now needs to find a good position to overwatch Sector 2 to get some pickoffs, or hit the pinned group. We just heard a Moz round come in. Might have been an HE round. Yeah, that went on the building Olaf was in, but it looks like it hit the first story. Olaf might have taken a few wounds there. He was bandaging, but that was before the Moz round came in. Now you hear the cord suppressing.
Bay's dead. Bay died quite far back. He seems just picked off while running.
So Mountain's broken the glass window here. He's trying to look south to find this Blue 4 advance, but the trees are going to be in the way.
Oh, I just realized I was outside as well. Az is sneaking in. If Mountain shoots now, he's...
Yeah.
Well, he took out the window, so he probably heard him. Oh, I think Mountain just heard the door open. Yeah, he did.
Oh, bad time to look right!
Oh!
Wow!
That was a
so
very, very bad,
Azariah didn't notice him in the corner because he checked it, and then he went to check the balcony, but then he quickly returned. Because that to me shows he wasn't expecting anyone to be up there.
Yeah, and it was kind of confusing why, because Mountain obviously knew someone was down there, but for some reason I think he wanted to get into the door for more cover before, and then it was just a chance.
Just wasn't quick enough.
Yeah, good shots from both of them though to get that.
Great trade.
Target. That's a better trade for Blue 4 though, because Red 4 are currently. I'm surprised Red 4 haven't started retreating.
Wow. So Aim at the Stars folds back in after taking 50 cal, puts some shots next to Olaf, and then realizes Olaf's friendly. But Op4, they have a very small amount of defenders here, so I'm really worried they're going to get overrun. But we already see some of Op4 pulling back here, led by Falcon. Or is he going to the left to flank? I don't know.
Well, he's got his gun in his back, so he's... No, I think he's either going to retreat, get to the like... line of bushes with the wall to his southwest, and then push up and use the low ground. Who's this over here? We have Kerry over here. He's a marksman. Yeah, he's a marksman. He's already got a kill. He's actually in a really nice position if he pushes further. Oh no, he can't. Yeah, he's
Revanche finding Novak. Well, Novak's found Revanche and took him out. Novak's took a few hits there in that firefight. But again, Papega are just pushing hard here. With Op4 flaking this hard, I'm worried that the really aggressive players are going to keep pushing back here. against Blue 4 and just keep taking them out. Fuel station just went up.
Mortar going down. It's actually going to land very nicely within a compound that Pepit was. I think Pepit might have just been in.
Not gonna lie, like to strike the compound, that was actually a really accurate shot. But I think Blue 4 Delta 2 is trying to find where Op 4 is firing at him from their flank and take him out, or at least put pressure on him. Lolo, he's gotten in a new sniper position here, and I've watched him start sighting out the buildings that Blue 4 are occupying, specifically the wrecked one. He's just waiting to get one in a good angle. But Settler, no, Seismo, excuse me, just went down. And Blue 4 are being pushed by King right now. Mutant's getting shot at as he pulls back. I think King ran out of ammo, otherwise he should have been able to finish that.
Ooh, Seismo
BJ Real, thanks for the 21-month resub, my man. I hope you keep enjoying the operations. I do hope you get a nice kick out of the scenario.
And he was oof. Is Fred next close back? He is. I can almost guarantee you Fred has planted explosives somewhere.
Yep. Now it's just up to HP Mutant though to hold. There's another guy with him a moment ago, but I guess he went down. Yep, I see his body. So this is going to turn into a really nasty third sector defense, but if Blue 4 pushes forces to the stadium, they could outflank the stadium force at Bravo and force them back. But I think Blue 4, they just have the numbers and the speed right now to really falter things here. So I'm really watching Lolo here. I want to see how many other people he can pick off. But I think if Lolo's in a good position and they're able to halt Blue 4's advance on the third sector, he'll get some really nice opportunities to get some great shots. But even then, just looking at the skull counts overall, Blue 4's taken a decent chunk of casualties on top of command, but Op 4 have also taken a decent chunk of casualties. It's pretty even. There goes Sector 2, which means I think Mutant... No, he was able to fold back.
Yeah.
He is crippled, though, on the leg, so he might be out of bandages, so he's not going to make it back. But
I've lost a fair amount, but just scroll down and look at Red 4. It is so much worse.
Adamek, name him, and
even so,
I'll check for you.
I think that's down to tactics. I think whoever has taken over command, or maybe the plan was simple to follow.
I don't think anyone's taken command. It's just, you know,
so
major group pushes.
Really effective. Blue 4 have obviously taken casualties, but they've given they've done more than has been given to them.
Yep.
So I do think this is much more heavily favoring Blue 4 at this point. But Red 4 do actually they have this final test of strength.
Settler's dead, but everyone else seems to still be kicking. So Blue 4 are trying to advance to where the mortars were landing. One mortar just landed right in front of where they were going, though, so hopefully the mortar stopped. Otherwise, they might accidentally hit their own forces. But great smoke push, because they're now trying to keep that side force online with the main force coming around. Let's see, we got HP Mutant catching a lot of Blue 4 out in the open here with that PKP, but he gets taken out by Roster's 240 Bravo before he could get any proper licks in. That's unfortunate. Great play by Mutant there, because I think he was crippled, but it just wasn't enough. Now we're having some long-range shots being delivered by Curie here, who has the SVD, and he is up a kill. Now he's going to pull back. I do like the fight and retreats Op 4 is giving, though, even though if they are a little haphazard. Now you got Flux driving in to reinforce his guys after hearing that he was they were taking heavy fire here. But this bottleneck...
Oh god, here comes... Is that Flux? Yep,
he's
Flux.
Going incredibly aggressive here. I guess just to try to bait out that marksman.
I guess he got bored.
We have a GP-25 being fired from the rear. That's going to go right of the Blue 4 forces. But ranging-wise, that was very, very close for a maximum range.
No one here is AT, so it's just Flux.
Flux is just blind flying. Carry gets blown up by a GP from his own dudes because of Flux!
Damn.
Oh, the bait. The bait and switch.
You don't suppose they think Flux has gone for that play that we've seen a few times, where someone will rush and be aggressive? I don't think it was because Fred's run down to him, but if you remember that play around the bridge?
Fred's cooking a satchel charge.
I think it was Falcon. And
no, it's a regular charge.
No, do you remember when Falcon and I think it was Yanni were in the Humvee and they were driving around in circles around the bridge?
Right. Wow, a great GP hit there. We saw some sparks go off of that one, but he's literally just baiting the defenders right now, and he's doing a great job. And that is the up-armored Humvee, so it is able to take a lot of punishment. So he might have stopped just to bandage himself real quick because some of that shrapnel might have penetrated. But, I mean, just looking inside, it is the up-armored version, so it can take it. Falcon, he's got that AT out, but he's going to be a little out of position here unless Flux comes up the MSR. And I got Op4 further pulling back here because now they're starting to be under fire. And we're only 20 minutes out.
You really heard that.
Falcon might get this AT.
Send in GOAT team.
Get him, Falcon. And there goes
Friday,
Flux.
everyone.
Oh,
Whew.
damn.
Shadow Fiend, thanks for the
Falcon's
resub, my man.
first.
I hope you keep enjoying the operations. I hope you get a nice kick out of this scenario.
I know exactly.
First
why they
vehicle
did that.
kill. Now they're watching to see if Flux dismounts or anyone else, but I think Flux died in there. He was the only one driving, but yeah, I agree. I think Flux got bored.
Flux got bored and was just like, "Hey guys, I'm gonna go like drive."
Lolo's up to his 4th kill
I
now.
think Flux did pretty well though, because this Blue Force have been able to just completely move up with like little to no like fight back. And now they're pushing Ark or Fred and Kerry off the hill.
You're going to see a final defense line made. Look at where Sector 3 and all the forces are deployed, but Op4 has too many forces on the left flank. I think Blue 4 is going to be able to pincer through the southern side here and get around, because Op4, they got a great amount of defensive plays here, or defensive positions, excuse me, but I don't think it's enough. Especially with all this concealment to go around. Blue 4 making great use of their Hunt IR rounds for their Grenadiers. We're seeing Kane now being offensive, throwing grenades over this hill. But Op4, I mean, again, they've done a great job of pulling back, but they're at their final defense line at this point. This is all or nothing. We need to see Blue 4 move the mortar up. We need to see Blue 4 get in a defensive position before they attack to call mortars in and completely blanket the last AO. We're not going to see it, though, because it's Pepega and Scandy leading, and they do not ever sit on their ass. Op4 is now firing up at the Hunt IR rounds to try to make them fall quicker.
Send in GOAT team 6.
Jokeraf, thank you so much for the resub as well, my friend. I hope you keep enjoying the operations as well, and I hope you get a nice kick out of this scenario.
This has been a really good, like, Arma, like, PvP event fight.
GP 25 rounds coming in on Blue 4.
This hasn't been an FNF fight. This has been just, like, Arma PvP operation. There hasn't been enough friendly fire for me.
Shut up. OFCRA had a lot of friendly fire the other day.
So it's actually, to everyone who doesn't know, it's SOG's 1-year anniversary today. SOG released 1 year ago, and they were doing a Mike Force thing earlier. And I played and I streamed it, and I think it was Revanche was in the chat, and I was in a Cobra, and I had accidentally murdered someone on my team. And he said I was pre-named for FNF.
Roster just up here drawing fire and gets taken out.
Maybe we won't see.
I think he's being a distraction while people are throwing their smokes out.
Friendly fire. I still can't believe how much friendly fire there was. Was it last week?
I don't know, but look at all the smokes on the southern side here. Roster went up on the rock and started firing around. He got knocked out, but he's brought back up. All because, Pepega wants to do this push. Novik's trying to push, taking quite a few shots from Aim at the Stars, but it doesn't bring him down. Got Roven now in the middle of the Blue 4 advance. Op4 pulling back again. Aim at the Stars now getting cut out of position by Novix.
You've got Lolo attempting to climb the hill, but he's gotten to the very point he can't go further. This is where it gets terrible for Lolo. He's gonna have no opportunity. He's gonna have no high ground.
Yeah. He's got a little bit of overwatch from there, but he's doing his best to sight targets, but it's gonna be some really short range shots. He's under threat of marksman here. Got Roven back here, spotting Guy Fieri crossing. He goes prone again. Roven, if he stays back there, he could get behind Blue 4 and do some pretty good damage, because you want to avoid engaging the guys on the front line here, because then you're going to get sandwiched by more guys coming in. Plus, the guys on the front are the really aggressive ones. Aim at the Stars taking a dirt nap here. I think Novix and Keen were pushing up and taking them, but I'm really curious here. What are the kill counts of Scandy here. So Keena's on 1, Guy Fieri's on 1, Novik's on 2, and Roster on 2. Michael, or excuse me, Maz also on 1. So not that high individually, but as a group, they've gotten a decent chunk. But that's also because Opbor's been just pulling back quite a bit.
Periton have none, Finn has none, Nimia has 1, Barb has none, Mia has none, and Az has 1. And this is what I was going to say earlier, but I didn't actually end up saying it. I think this has been an incredible team display, like an entire platoon display. This hasn't been one or two communities absolutely overhauling. This has been everyone working together in perfect unison.
I agree with you. This has been a really good display of tactics by both sides and communication on both sides. We rarely see communication done this well in FNF, which I wish this was the standard, but communication often breaks down by the time the second or third rounds are done. So I do find it quite interesting that we're going to have such a nice climatic fight for this first round. And hopefully, this is the start of all the other rounds going. Yeah, we can hope, right? Let's hope.
This is it. Normal FNF?
Normal FNF, baby. Let's go. Yes, Knight, but you got to know where to join. I'll take care of it when the first round ends. All right, so Blue Force trying to consolidate now that they're pushing all their main forces up. Fred just got blown away and failed his wake-up check. Mortars I'm hearing going off, but I have no idea where they're landing, and you're having Alpha 2 for Blue 4 coming up the little riverbed here to try to test Op4's line, and Op4 doesn't have any guns looking in that direction. We just searched. HE round just went up on the northern side, but it hit the brunt of the defensive line, so not much damage done otherwise. Op4, they've pulled back a lot of forces from the northern flank to cover the north from the sector itself, but I think it's not going to be enough here. I think Blue 4 is going to eventually be able to swarm this AO. HE rounds firing over now to try to adjust, but it's not doing much. Lolo still on this little hillside, not finding much. And you're seeing Falcon moving around the line as well. Guy Fieri being the point man here, well ahead of his forces. But now you got Alpha 2 folding in. Grenades being thrown right into this defensive position. One bouncing right into Butcher's face. He doesn't notice it, takes it. Another grenade goes in. Great play by Blue 4 Alpha 2.
These nades.
Warkes fails his wake-up check. Andre finally gets knocked out. Butcher wakes back up, but that was a great grenade play by Alpha 2 to hit that forward position. More HE rounds going over. I think Kiri just got blown away. Yes, he did.
Jesus. Lolo's still trying his best. How many kills? He's on 4.
Yep.
Falcon's peeking over
the... Yep. He gets Ivan and double taps him. That's a good spot to be, but he's got to be careful because if he has multiple gunners try to engage him, he might not have enough time to go prone to avoid. More HE going in.
Red 4 Bravo have done a really good job here. They are falling now, but they've kept Charlie 2 and Delta 2 from pushing on the western flank.
Yeah, it's only delaying the inevitable. We need to see Roven make a play back here. We need to see him do something because...
Kratz trying to climb back over. They can't get the shots on. Oh, DJ. That wasn't great from DJ there.
Did DJ shut the door? Yeah, he's opening it and shutting it. I see it. He's going to try it. Kratz coming out. Emzikov might spot him.
Oh, does Emzikov?
But Emzikov is looking more left. He doesn't notice Kratz. He might have just noticed him now. Now he's going to peek out again. Put some shots out.
Oh, God.
Kratz able to pull away.
Oh, Kratz is really like... Kratz...
That's going to take more AT.
Kratz jumped over the wall, got lit up by DJ, managed to jump back over, and now he's managed to make his way away from Emzikov.
This is brutal. I would say Blue 4 is winning, but it could still go either way. But my God.
Defensive smoke and just...
Oh, you're fine, Shaq.
Trying to, find any shot you can.
I'll tell that story during the intermission, because that's a pretty funny fucking story.
Quite heavily.
I don't think it's enough, though. Again, we need to see Roven make a play to do something. We need to see Falcon get some more marksmanship kills here. Or I guess just basic, yeah, since he's not a marksman, but you get my point. Bravo 2 also trying to come around the rear, but they're taking heavy fire, but they're doing a great job taking out who they can. But now you're seeing the M2 Humvees, or at least what remains of them, pushing up to be aggressive. Blue 4 also pushed up. Actually, Cholt, yeah, so they pushed up their mortar crew under Alpha HQ.
Yeah.
It's Norris driving with Bates and Schultz in the Humvee as well. They might deploy on the rear.
And takes out the 3 in the triangle defense. Walker's and Andrew's still down there, not going up.
Bravo
anytime
HQ
soon.
push took out more Blue 4 guys. They might be able to get on the rear here and do more damage, but they've got Maz in the way, and he's really good at stopping these types of attacks. We need to see Roven push.
Falcon shooting at Norris. He's getting taken out from 2 sides, but he manages to get Falcon away. He's actually being friendly fired. He actually just got friendly fired by Val. Val just helped Falcon kill
Amazing. Wow, Falcon actually got a really great grenade throw down on Bates. I didn't realize how far that flew.
Depso being shot at. Falcon's going up to clear.
Yeah, he's gonna go clear that Humvee out.
Bates is healing on the floor. Falcon's most definitely gonna find him. Or will he?
Falcon's checking the Humvee first. He's gonna loop around.
Oh.
Doesn't spot Bates in the smoke. Oh, he's gonna run back and check. He's checking. He finds him and takes him out.
That looked really, really suspicious.
What are you talking about?
Think about it. He was running away, and then as soon as
Well, no, he's checking the outer perimeter of the building, and then he's checking on the internals so he doesn't get flanked.
I'm not saying he is, but you must admit, a little bit.
Well, no, look at the far left, this body right here. He's making sure that person's down, Goober.
Well, how did he see that body and not see the
Because
guy?
he ran, because the smoke was too thick. He wanted to check that body was down, and then he came back to the center of the smoke.
I'm not saying he was, but from first glance, as I saw it, I didn't see the body you're talking about. From first glance, it does look suspicious.
Look, if we want to talk about... No, I don't want to say it, because I don't want to... No.
Please say it.
No, because I've heard a rumor from a few people that a community that got banned for stream sniping is coming back.
I know exactly who you're talking about.
We'll talk about that when we get there.
Yeah. Wait, I know exactly what?
Naps just got a nice drop.
I need to DM you after this.
Naps is on 4 kills right now, but yeah, Op 4 just don't have the numbers to maintain this. Blue 4 though, Falcon's taking the Humvee, and he's now trying to suppress Blue 4 as they come up. Did Falcon just die? Falcon just died.
Come on.
I don't know who shot him, but oh, it might have been Nafs on a flanking shot here. Yeah, he's on 6 kills now, and he killed the guy inside. So Nafs got the second guy in the warehouse, and he just flanked and shot Nafs. Falcon. Lolo on 6 kills right now. He's folded back into this bush here. Again, doing a good job, but it's too little too late. He should have been on different blocking positions to help whittle things down, but even then, with the remaining numbers here, I don't think it's enough. Legal Action blows Despo away with that 240 Bravo, or excuse me, Gulf. And you got Pepit and Roven still all the way on the rear. Roven, yeah, completely ineffective, and there's the final guy going down in the sector, and Blue 4 has won a 32-minute round. Not a bad start. Very good tactics overall. Blue 4 misplayed the mortar a bit, but that's to be expected in FNF, but the coordination of all forces was great. Falcon coming in to say it was lied to. What else is new? But I think Lolo sniping Blue 4 command early on in any other AO would have been amazing. But